I'm John Baker. I attended St. Luke's for almost 20 years. I presently serve on the governing board, having completed a 6-year term on the staff parish relations committee prior to that. I recently retired from the Indiana Court of Appeals. Prior to that, I served as a trial judge in Bloomington, Indiana for 13 and a half years. I handled everything from small claims to misdemeanors and traffic all the way up to murder and major civil litigation. Some 31 years ago, I was elevated to the Indiana Court of Appeals and served there until the end of July of last year. And I had the privilege of serving as the court's chief judge from March of 2007 through 2010. I presently serve as a senior judge on a part-time basis in both the trial and appellate courts here in Indiana. Last spring, as a member of the governing board, I was asked to participate in a listening session with some of the staff members of our church concerning some acts of racism here at our own church. And I had to hear some unfortunate facts that made me aware of the fact that I had not been listening very well or paying attention very well. And that motivated me to get more involved in helping our church become an anti-racist church. I think the impact of our anti-racist activity will be very similar to what we just experienced with being inclusive with people who have different sexual orientations than some of us. I was made very vividly aware of that because a number of years ago I was asked to become a part of a small group. And when I agreed to do so, the two ladies that invited me said, "Judge, you will be the only straight in the group." That group has become my church family. I've had the privilege of performing 4 weddings of 4 couples in that group. And they taught me what I didn't know about them. I hope that my journey in anti-racism will do the same about race for me and for my church and our community. One of the reasons I'm committed to this work is I've had to confront the fact that I have not done what I could have otherwise done in all of those years when I was in a judicial position. And rather than lament that, I'm going to try to do something positive, overt, and quit being passive. I think one of the biggest sins of the white majority has been that we have allowed this to continue. We as a nation have not confronted our original sin of slavery. And until we acknowledge that sin, I don't think we're going to be able to move forward. I have been a part of the judicial system for 45 years. And I've, in essence, dedicated my entire career to justice. And I had to confront the fact that right here in my own church, in our community, our state and nation, we don't have justice for a significant number of people. And I'm going to spend the rest of my days, I hope, in trying to rectify that. I'm not sure that I am ready to answer all of the questions that people might have, but I do know that I'm ready to listen, to learn, and where appropriate, to lead, to help our church become what it could be in this endeavor.